battered. Mom, I gave birth to Casey when I was 16 years old. He was the only baby in the family, so he became everybody's baby. It took a village. I was a baby when I had him. And so my parents, my sister, everybody was a big part of his upbringing. He didn't have a father. So my dad was his father. And my dad passed almost 3 years ago. So like he was our baby. He was our baby. So we are. I mean, you see this, and I see mothers, and my heart breaks. But you never ever imagine for the. I don't. I'm a single mother of 10 children. I raise my kids by myself. We don't count on the government for assistance. I work my butt off. They are very, very well taken care of.
Welcome to the Dr. Dare Show. My name is Dr. Frederick Dare. I am a therapist here in Atlanta, Georgia, and welcome to my channel. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, you subscribe, like this video, share it, and click the little bell at the bottom of the screen so that you will get updates of when I upload new content. We usually cover hot topics or mental health issues. Today is no different. Today we are humanizing Casey Christopher Goodson Jr. Let me repeat that. We are humanizing Casey Christopher Goodson Jr. And the reason why I did this video, because usually when an African American gets shot or killed by the police, the first thing we do is dehumanize them. We start digging for their criminal records or anything like that, and Casey doesn't have any of that. So Casey was only 23 years old. Rest in peace, Casey. So let me give you a little background. And I don't want to talk about the shooting so much. I want to talk about the good things that I found in different articles about Casey so that we are humanizing him. So this happened on December 4th in Columbus, Ohio. Casey had went to the dentist, and I think he stopped by Subway, I think, or something, and picked up a sandwich. So he was on his way home. He was home, actually. He parked in front of his house, got to the door, put his keys in, and then I think there was a fugitive task force out there looking for a fugitive, which was not Casey, and Casey ended up being shot in the back multiple times, allegedly is what I saw on different articles. So that case is being investigated, and I don't want to talk about that. But what I did want to talk about is all the things that I saw about Casey. So as you can hear, that was his mother at the beginning of the show, and she was discussing, you know, how it took a village to raise him. She had him when she was 16, but even though he didn't have a father, his grandfather stepped in and filled that role, and you know, took care of the family. And what I read in different articles is that Casey really loved his family and his siblings. He was the eldest of 10, and he had a CDL license. She kind of mentioned that at the beginning of the video. He was driving from Walmart, I believe, and he was just doing the right thing. Like I said, he didn't have a criminal record, so there was nothing there, and he was licensed to carry. So anybody out there who is going to try to bring that up, isn't that what we have our constitutional rights for, is to carry a weapon? So there's no argument there, so there's no room for that. This guy was minding his own business, and like I said, the reason why I wanted to do this story is to humanize him. Like his mother said, these are some of the things that she said. Casey was a law-abiding citizen who would have listened if he was given a command. My son would have not harmed a fly. Everything he did was legal. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So Casey, he had dreams. These are some things that I found in some of the articles that I read. Casey, he wanted to be a CCW instructor. Like his mom said previously, that he had a CDL license. He was working and saving so that he could buy him a truck so he could, I guess, start his own business. Had goals, and like the mother indicated, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. And his mom, her name is Tamala Payne. I send my condolences to your family. Rest in peace, Casey. And the reason I did this story for all my friends out there who are listening, and or people of all races who have African American males in your lives, this story resonated with me so much because I do the same thing that Casey did. I go and I do things. I teach Zumba and I come back home. I go and I do therapy, mental health therapy, and I come back home. I go to the grocery store and I come back home. And I wanted to humanize this. Like, this is, if you're a friend of mine and you're not African American, this could have very well been me. And that is why this is when I first heard this, I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. And you know, I didn't want to talk about the story. I wanted to talk about Casey, and I'm going to keep reiterating his life is that he loved, it was a cousin I think I read, that he enjoyed being a big brother. He loved his family. He loved his siblings. And the sad part is that his 5-year-old brother, I think it was, witnessed him being shot, and his 72-year-old grandmother. So if anybody in the family is listening to this video, please get therapy for them. I have so many clients coming to me and things like this happened, and they are older now. It happened when they were younger, and it stays with them until they process it. And that's the sad part of this, another sad part of this story, because I have 13, 7 brothers, 6 sisters. I'm the baby, but he's the eldest. So I keep comparing myself to Casey because, again, like I said, I did do the same things he did on a daily basis, and it got him killed. And this is such a sad story. Reiterating again, he was a good citizen. He did not have a criminal record at all. He was basically going to the dentist, going to Subway, picking up a sandwich, coming back home, and see his family. Thought he was, as family members said in articles, is that he was almost safe by putting the key in the door. He was almost where he would have been safe. And that's the sad part, because again, like I keep saying, this guy had no criminal record. Rest in peace, Casey. I'm so sorry that this has to happen to you. All my people out there, all races, if you could take one moment and just realize that this could easily be one of your relatives, and stop pulling out the negative things of people's lives when things happen to them that you don't understand. Don't always go, well, there had to be well, he had to do this or that or this or that. This case right here, nothing. No criminal record. Even if the cop was talking to him, that could have been a conversation. He didn't have to end up dead, but I digress, and I don't want to get into that part. I just want to humanize Casey for the compassionate person he was towards his family, the love he had for his family, the love he had for his mom, and how, they kind of, he was there for her. Basically, he was there for his family. He supported them. He cared about them. He actually cared about guns and his constitutional right, and that gun safety was very important to him, is what I read in the article. And so it's a very sad story. I know, people probably would be like, well, this happens all the time. Yeah, but it's got to stop. And it's somebody's family member, and just because it's not your family member, you're not showing any compassion towards this story. And that's the sad part. That's where we are right now in the United States. It's all about, if it doesn't impact you and it doesn't fit your values and beliefs, then it's wrong, and there has to be some explanation of why it happened, and that kills me. So I'm here to to not dehumanize Casey, but to humanize Casey, because like I said at the beginning of the video, that happens a lot when these police shootings happen and they're African American. The first thing they do is go and, oh, they had this record, they did this, they did this. This guy had nothing. And so hopefully this is a wake-up call to some people. Like, just because it's not happening to you, it does impact human beings. We are all human beings. And what does God say in the Bible? It says, how can you say you love me who you've never met or seen before, but you don't love your brother or sister? You know, please, let's love each other. But something has to be done. I don't know what that is. Like I said, this case is under investigation, and I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to cover it and humanize Casey. I put the definition of humanize up there for people who don't know what that is. Anyway, I will keep going on and on and on. Make sure you subscribe to this video. Check out some of my other videos. I do a lot of videos on mental health stuff, missing people, hot topics, things like that. And make sure you subscribe and make sure you share. You know, again, to Tamala Payne, I send my condolences to your family. If there's any family members out there and you know more about Casey that you would like to share with us, please leave that in the comments. I would love to hear those things. Again, I send my sympathy, and I'm really saddened by this because, like I said, I connect myself to Casey. Like I'm an African American, I'm older, but I have nephews, nieces, friends, clients that are this age that this could happen to. And something has to be done. I don't know what that is. It's really sad. But anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I am out.